going on?
It's the last day of this miserable year.
If you ain't said nothing but a word on that one,
Hey
you ain't said nothing but a word.
guys, welcome to the chat. Could you? I'm testing out new headphones today, so if you hear anything, if my audio sounds wonky or anything like that, just put it in the live chat for me. Do me a favor. I appreciate it.
I
Last
can,
day in
I
so many
know
ways.
exactly.
Mm,
This is 2021 will be most definitely um it's gonna be a different year for me. I'm just gonna say that because 2020 just taught me a lot and like made me like go out of my comfort zone and kind of just look at things from more of
mhm.
a straightforward perspective versus like wanting things to work out. Don't
Yeah.
wait for them to work out. Just make the changes that you need to make. And like like for me, these 2021 is gonna be like a year of no negativity, no like not so much me personally, just more the things around me. Like if it's negative,
Hmm.
just get rid of it right away versus trying to make it work. Things of that nature, like
Yes.
stuff like
Yes.
that, work, personal, everything. Like quit trying to make things work because you really
Yeah.
want it to manifest. Just get rid of it. Like stay on my grind. Like keep
Hmm.
expanding the things I'm learning, which has been more fun than I thought
Hmm.
it would be. So that's just my
Yeah.
mindset going forward. Like, what about yourself? Anything you're looking forward to or you want to do?
I'm looking forward for 2020 to be done. This was the worst half century of, year. This was the worst year of my half century of existence, rather.
Okay.
Um, and I want to put it behind me. I want to celebrate my half century all over again. I know that's being selfish, but I feel like I missed it. Um,
Hmm.
what I'm looking forward to, removing anything and anyone that is negative in my zone. I want
Hmm.
to start clean. I want to start fresh. I want to start happy. And
Hmm.
yeah, I want to turn over that new sheet, and it's a new year.
Oh yeah, it's.
How long do
I
you think
think.
it'll last?
I think for me, like I'm pretty committed to it, just based on the things I've learned through my job and like learning YouTube, now learning Twitter and picking up social media skills. Is like I want to expand upon
Hmm.
those. And I think in order to expand upon those and to get better, I have to remember to not to allow other things that aren't productive into my space. So
Hmm.
I'm just excited moving forward because 2020 was just bad. It's just so bad. But out of the bad,
Yeah.
there was some good. So I'm gonna hold on to that and carry the good through. So that's where I'm
Hmm.
at. So while we're talking about the good, do you want to make the announcement or do you want me to? It's up to you.
Well, you go ahead and make the announcement, but to anyone in the chat who's popping in and going out, I see that Bobbles is coming in and out. Bobbles, if you're still there, Happy New Year to you. And if you get a chance to watch the video later on, please do. We do have a big announcement that we'll make now and at the end of the show.
Okay, so guys, so we started this channel like just on a whim and a prayer, basically, and it's just what it was. So what we've decided to do, because since we do much more than reality TV and we do much more than chit chat, we've decided to actually um, move channels. We've created a new channel. It's called the Commentary Zone because it encompasses everything we do. Because we'll be talking about, yes, we talk about reality TV, but we'll talk about more hot
Mhm.
topics. We always giving commentary on like all aspects. So we wanted to
Mhm.
start a new channel to reflect our growth, and we're really,
Yeah.
really excited.
Yeah, so we're just starting from fresh again. We know that we've built up a really great community here, um, but we're hoping that you'll come with us. And we'll be putting up daily posts moving forward on this channel as long as it's still up, where you can find us. And we'll be doing our live broadcasts from the new channel moving forward.
And I'm going to
And
drop over.
you're going to
Uh-huh.
post something in on IG as well, right?
Yes, I'll be making the changes
Yeah.
there. This is the link to the new channel. Please subscribe there, as that's where all our lives will be happening moving
Mm-hmm.
forward. Without, to be honest, without you guys, we wouldn't be able to move the channel, because we wouldn't be in a position of growth. And since we've grown so much with you guys, we felt a new channel will reflect our growth as well as the growth of our community. So we're super excited.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be adding like a little bit more content here and there. We're gonna work on the schedule. It's gonna be some uploads, but we'll still do our lives. So we're just, yeah, it's gonna be a totally cool different thing, and we're excited. We hope you guys
Yeah.
are too.
Yeah. And quite honestly, I would not have the guts to do any of this without you guys helping me. Because, like I said, when we first started this, I told Jamal it has to be a safe place. I don't want anybody, attacking anyone else. I want to hear everybody's, um, you know, viewpoints because they can teach me. And so I want that same feeling of community that we built here to transition over to our new channel. So I hope all of you will meet us in the zone starting
Yes,
tomorrow.
yeah. It's gonna be the same. It's gonna be this some little different content. We're looking to add a little more content because there's more shows you guys are you are asking us for. Like Cheshire is one of
Mm-hmm.
them. So I
Oh, maths as well.
which
Married
one?
at
What's it called?
First Sight. Married
Oh
at
yeah,
First
I
Sight
can't
is
wait for that
starting
one.
again. Yeah, yeah. Well, they had the matching show
Uh-huh.
yesterday. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yesterday, I think.
Okay, perfect.
So
Is it on
I
Lifetime? Is it
I'm going to be
Lifetime?
watching that. Hmm?
Is it Lifetime?
Yes,
Lifetime, right?
yes,
Okay,
Lifetime. Hmm.
because
And
that
I
was my
think
favorite.
the Max the celebrity chat guy, he's got a role on it again. I think he was on it on Wednesday.
Got it. Because I love
Hmm.
that show, and there's one show I
Hmm.
hope comes back sometime soon is Project Runway. I miss that show.
You
Project
know what
Runway.
I want to come back?
What?
Marrying Millions.
Yes, that has to come back. So I need to figure out how Rihanna retired from being a hostess. I still haven't figured that out yet, and I want to know.
Listen, I have to thank Trey. I think it was Trey who put me
I
onto
think it was
that
Trey,
show.
and you told me about it.
Trey, best thing ever for 2020. Mm-hmm. Oh my
I think
God.
you
So
mentioned it.
yeah,
I think you mentioned it to me too. I was like, "What's this?" And you're like, "Watch it. It's so good. I'll give it a shot. No
because
problem."
Trey told me about it.
Okay.
Trey mentioned it in a live, and then I think I got onto it, and I was just like, oh, interesting. Oh my God, he's
That
gay.
that show had me when Rihanna's like the intro came up. It's a retired hostess. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be
Retired
good.
hostess. You
Retired
never gave up on
hostess.
it.
No, I'm
And
not.
the girl on the boat with her grandpa, what was she? She was a
Erica,
social, she was
influencer.
an influencer.
She was
Yeah,
an
influencer.
influencer.
Yes.
And
Oh my
old girl
God.
Desiree, or whatever the child's name is. I'm like, ma'am, you're an actress. Sit down.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God.
And then all the reports came out about Rodney, which we already knew. I'm like, what gave it away was his mama. His mama was like the realest one. She's like, I'm just waiting for him to tell me something. And then when old girl came
Mm-hmm.
in, she was like, who are you? And huh?
Okay, I think we should go over to Black Lavender's house.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. I just need the pizza.
well, no, I want the chips. I feel for something
Oh, gotcha.
salty. Uh, okay. I tried to watch Salt Lake City like 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, can you drop the link to the channel again? Queen Bee,
Yeah.
the new channel is the Commentary Zone. And yeah, we'll be starting there tomorrow. Yay!
Are we streaming there tomorrow? Tomorrow's New Year's.
We can do something. We can do
Oh,
something, even if it's a pre-record. I wanna launch it on the first day of the new
okay.
year to start a new something.
We'll figure it out.
Of
We'll
course you
figure.
will.
Wait, do you know how to? I'm trying to
Mm,
pin. Let me see if I can do this real quick
mhm.
because I'm trying to figure out how to pin. I don't have the pin option for some reason. How do you pin?
Um, are you are you signed in under reality TV,
Oh
or are you
no, I'm
signed
not.
in as you?
Let me switch
Mhm.
over. Good call. Thank you. I forget. I be forgetting these little newfangled nuances.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So Salt Lake City.
Hmm.
It was an okay
Yeah.
episode, I guess.
Right. It was.
Mm,
It was okay. I will give you that. There wasn't much, but Jen was very interesting to me because she's that girl who's like. I just felt when they were talking about their issues, her issues always had to be even worse issues, if you know what I mean. Like
mm-hmm,
when what was it? Lisa was talking about like how her husband really aren't communicating like that
mm-hmm.
well. Jen's like, well, I'm really messed up. I was just like, can you let someone else have some time? Let them have some tragedy besides yours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Yeah.
was it
She
me or did I misread it?
no, she must like keep up with the Joneses or one-upmanship. She's like, oh, you put down a jack, I got a queen kind of thing. She's always
Okay, so it
got to
wasn't
say
me.
something. No, no. But what I did take away from like when the women were talking about their relationships in the hot tub and the men were in the game room talking about their relationships, Sharif knows exactly who he's married to. My God. He just laid it out how full of drama she is, how she behaves, and not in a mean way, just in a matter of fact way.
Hmm.
And I now realize why he's always traveling for work so much. He's a recruiter. They're
Yeah,
always scouting. I thought he was like a coach or something. And it kind of makes sense because those recruiters make a lot of money if they bring
yeah.
in the right talent.
He's the safeties coach, but he's also like the lead recruiter. It seems like so he holds like double duty within that program. So
Yeah,
he's
and
doing
that's
it.
tough. Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah.
tough. But what else did I? Oh, all right. When they were snowmobiling, after they had finished, and Whitney comes over to Heather. I love how the two of these stick together in this season. It's that family bond. It's the ostracism from the religion bond. But Whitney comes over. She is uncertain of what Jen told her after seeing Meredith and Seth all lovey dovey. She
Hmm.
comes over to Heather, and Heather is like she she knows what Jen told her too, but she's
Right.
also realizing that's not what a friend does.
Exactly.
And she tells Whitney, "I'm not saying anything. It's got to come out of Meredith's mouth." And the two of them are
Right.
like, "Okie dokie smoky. I'm not getting in that."
Right.
And Jen is really shady for that, taking that woman's business all over the town.
I did not like that at all. It kind of made it put a sour taste in my mouth about her because I'm
Mhm,
like, this is
mhm,
a friend. Like this is a friend.
mhm.
How dare you do this to her?
Yeah. And honestly, this is how. I expect um, grown women to behave. We all hear gossip, but that doesn't mean that you have to go and run and carry it, especially if it's like damaging gossip,
Right.
you know? And in that instance, I love the dynamic between those two girls. Loved it.
Yeah, they're not
Um,
all they weren't having it. They were like, "No, I'm not doing it."
mhm,
And
mhm.
they're like, no, I'm cool. I'm good.
Yeah, Whitney is, I think she is going to be a pot stirrer in this franchise. Um, but she's not stupid.
Right.
And I think in Heather, I guess, yeah, Heather is older than her, and she takes counsel from Heather.
Hmm.
And I think they're like, it's a really nice bond that they have. I like these two
Oh,
girls out of everybody.
they're my
Huh?
favorites, and it's not really close because they're like Whitney is gonna start it a little bit, but she's not gonna run nothing back. Nothing. Any you could tell anything that she's gone through, she's not gonna run back. She'll be messy, but like
Hmm.
adultery, religion, anything she's been a privy to, she's not running it back.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. She's not doing it
Yeah,
because she's gone through that.
because yeah, she knows what it feels like, and something's not adding up. Based on and Jen's showing pictures of Meredith with this other guy, and I'm just like, are you serious? That's how
Hmm.
you do your best friend? The person that you sleep over at her house when your husband's gone and you're lonely? Mm,
Yeah,
interesting. Very
that killed me.
interesting.
That totally killed
Um,
me.
the other
Whitney,
highlight that
go ahead.
I thought was Whitney and her husband's handling of her dad trying to get out of sober living early.
Hmm.
I thought they handled that in a really mature fashion, and with the help of the counselor, tried to make him see how this would be more beneficial for him to stay. And she's not an ATM, really.
I
You got
thought
to earn
she,
that.
I thought she was brilliant. I mean, she was thoughtful. She was direct. She was empathetic. I mean, she said exactly what he needed to hear.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to get out of sober living because he was gonna have a roommate. I was like, no, sir, that doesn't work
Yeah.
that way. I
But you
mean,
know what? A roommate could help him,
yes,
be a support system. The two of you try to tackle this, but he's looking for any excuse to get out of there. Because remember, like last week, he thought that he was saying that the therapist was saying he was ready to go and move on to the next step. You had 21 days out of 90.
right,
You
right,
ain't even complete a third of the program.
exactly.
So it's just so weird, so weird. But I guess that is par for the course when you're dealing with someone who's battling their addictions.
Hmm.
Um, you have to be so wary. You have to provide love and support, but not be taken advantage of. It's a fine line that she and her husband are walking. Which one is
It,
Whitney again? Willow. Whitney is the blonde hair younger girl. She's the youngest one on the cast that goes around the stripper pole. Is that bad that I said that? Yeah.
no, but she's fun.
Oh, whatever.
She's very like she's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of fun, but it's just interesting to me like she has shown such maturity like with how she's handling these situations. Like I just like her a lot.
This is so true, Gina Maxey. It was obvious he didn't have the first
Right.
step. Yeah, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready, but he was trying it, I guess. You
I
know.
have a I have a thought. I have a
Um.
question. More of a question.
Mhm.
Do you think he's really committed to getting help? Because I just don't see him taking it as seriously. I feel like Whitney wants it more than he wants it for himself. That's the impression I get.
I don't think he's gotten to that step. But
Mm,
last night I was hopeful that he will get to that step because when
right.
she said, I want my kids to know their grandpa, he goes, I want this for me. And you're never going to get better until you're going to do it for yourself. And then everybody else falls in line afterwards.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whenever, whenever I think it was Dr. Drew, he had that old show
Love line.
about rehab.
Oh,
No,
Dr.
not the
Drew
love
Re-
line.
Dr. Drew Rehab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rehab.
Mm-hmm.
He always used to say, it's not going to do any good if you're not doing it for yourself. So, like, I think if the dad would take the time and actually do the course, the 90 days, I think he will get to that point where he's like, I am doing this for myself. I'm going to make this work this time. I'm going to build back everything that I had and I'm going to be there for my family.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he's there yet, but
Right.
he's on the way.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I just really felt like Whitney was just like really like pleading with him and like trying to shake him a little bit, like you've got to do this. And I just at this point, maybe he's just like you said, he's not at that point yet. So I'll give him time. I'll give him time.
Mm-hmm. And true Black Lavender, he just needs to start slow, you know? Rome wasn't built in a day. Take a step at a time. First, complete your program. Complete your program, and then worry about rebuilding your business. Anything else? Oh, what's her name? Meredith too. Um, Lisa. Lisa
Yes.
went to dinner with her husband.
Yes.
I, I find that she treats her husband like an employee. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Like an intern. Actually, if you want to be honest, like when he said like she'll have him drive her to get a diet coke just so she can work. I was like, I was like,
And
wow.
I I don't like their dynamic at all. Oh, we've got Priya in the backstage. Do you want to bring her up?
Of course.
Okay, here we
Hi
go.
everyone.
Hello, Priya.
Happy New Year.
Happy
Almost.
New
Happy
Year.
New
Is it
Year.
already? It's
No,
not it's not yet New Year for you. Is
9:20.
it? Okay. So we still have time. I
Yeah.
know Gatatua is already into her new year. Happy New Year, Gatatua. So did you watch the show?
Yes, I watched it this morning.
Oh, me too.
It was so
What did you
boring.
think?
It was so
What did you
boring,
think?
Debbie.
Mm-hmm. It
Nothing
was
really
hard. Like
happened.
I feel you. Like I watched it 3 times, and it could not hold my attention. I wasted 3 hours.
Hmm.
Literally, when it got to, I
It
watched
wasn't.
the car scene between Whitney and her husband, and then I didn't watch, and I skipped the whole part with her and her dad. I just couldn't bear to sit through a counseling session, to be honest.
Yeah. It this was an awful episode. Awful. And I thought this episode Jen would have gone off because I saw clips of them in the hot tub. No, as usual, Bravo's doing that stupid editing where it sucks you into a boring filler episode when the drama's taking place in the next episode. Hmm.
And then everyone kept on talking about how Meredith and her husband are separated, but they're all over each other, and then didn't really go into more detail beyond that.
Well, there was a scene with Meredith and Seth. He had just returned, and they had taken the time apart because he needed to realize that he didn't want to go on without her, and she was the same. It was kind of soap opera-ish. It didn't say what made them come to this realization. He's still working in Ohio. How's that going to work? Because Meredith doesn't want to leave. Are you giving up your job? Is she closing up shop? What are y'all doing?
Well, later on with the guys, he mentioned, oh, well, I'm in a new kind of fangled relationship where I spend a month apart and then the day's like the first day of our relationship every day. Which seemed a bit weird.
Yeah,
but that's what they were doing before. But that was what they were doing before. It makes no sense to me. She needs to get her storyline straight.
Yeah.
It seems like a little bit of a show, or they're putting it up in some way for the cameras.
Mm-hmm. Her and Lisa.
Yeah.
Those are the two that I don't think are genuine. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jamal.
No, I was just saying it's more like it's weird because I would think they would be the most interesting because you have this business you're trying to build, you got these kids, your husband, you work with your husband. Speaking of Lisa, you're always busy. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Then you have Meredith, you have your son. I want to see more of a jewelry store. Like, I want to see you selling the jewelry. Like, what is your jewelry? What's your store look like? I've seen more of your son than you, which is not really a good thing in my opinion. So, but you're giving us these flat storylines for no reason. But I'm more interested in Whitney and Heather because they're more open. They show more of their lives. They actually talk about things. They're not trying to hide anything. Because even though we know Meredith and Seth were separated, it feels like you're still hiding something. Like, Meredith, tell the truth. Just be like, dude, like, I'm really not trying to do this. You need to be more present here. But she's not saying that. She's so roundabout about it. It's like, you're making me stop caring about you right now. I'm on your team, Meredith. I'm Team Meredith. I'm on your team, but you're losing me because you're not being flat, straightforward, honest. And that's why they're annoying me. Jen, she's over the top. I need her to bring it back a little bit. Bring it back. Mrs. Coach Shop, just bring it back. Quit running your friend's business to everybody, and let her know why you're really mad. And yes, it's a petty why you're mad. You're mad at her for being friends with Mary. Yes, it's petty, but you need to say it and get it over with and get past it. And your little thing with Mary, it ain't that deep. You just reaching for something, but it's okay. You've reached for like 15 episodes. Stop reaching.
Mm-hmm.
And the issue with Mary is this: her whole storyline was supposed to be this huge issue, but it's like nothing. Like, have you noticed? Like, she doesn't have that many scenes.
She wasn't in this episode.
She wasn't in this episode. That's my thing.
She was at the very beginning telling her son.
Debbie.
I know, but I'm giving her something at the very beginning, very first scene. She is on the phone with her son, chastising him for buying the girlfriend a Prada bag. And then in the teaser for next week, she's crying because she wasn't invited somewhere. So she was at the beginning and the end.
She wasn't invited to the snowmobiles. Where was she? Where was the phone call to her?
Who organized that?
I think Jen organized that.
So that's why she wasn't invited. Jen's trying to ice her out.
Right. For no reason.
It's so stupid. So stupid.
Dumb. They're both
we've got
dumb.
It's true.
They're both dumb. They're both dumb, but Jen's just being immature.
Yes. And I think it'll be her downfall. I hope she's taking note of other franchises to know that that doesn't work well for the viewers. Hold on. I'm going to bring up Ablavi because I'm sure she has a few comments about her favorite show. Hello, Ablavi.
Oh, hold on. Drop me. Give me 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. I have a question for you guys. She is. A question for you guys, though. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I'm changing headphones. But in the interim, I hope that there's no loud noises. But when Meredith and Seth were talking, the first thing out of Meredith's mouth was, "You have to apologize to Brooks." Okay, but what about apologizing to each other? You're the
Why not
ones in
tell
the relationships
Why not tell Brooke the truth? Let's start there.
No, but apologize to each other as a man and wife, as husband and wife, and then you
can take care of the kids. You got to fix your relationship first before you fix your relationship with your kids. Yes,
True,
I'm not saying not to apologize to Brooks,
right.
but the two of you hurt each other, which then trickled down to them. Fix yourself first. Make it right. Go as a unified front to Brooks or whoever else, cared whether y'all were separated or not, and apologize for what you missed. I just thought that was odd that she's putting Brooks as the priority. I just thought that was odd. Go ahead.
Well, I think with her, she's not taking any responsibility for some of the cracks in the relationship, which is the annoying part. It's like, Meredith, you need to talk about what you did wrong.
But she doesn't.
When marriages tend to fall apart, it takes two people for it to fall apart. Normally, in my opinion, it takes two. Like, there has to be something gone on both sides. I think her. Okay, how can I put this? When they moved to Salt Lake City and she opened her business, it sounds like she didn't let him know, like, hey, since I've opened my business here, I'm not interested in moving anymore. Our kids are pretty much off to college. We're doing well. This is where I want to settle since I have my business here. And he, since she probably didn't say that, I'm guessing, he's still in the mindset of, okay, I'm building my business, I'm being successful, we're successful, we can move your store anywhere. And that's really not the case. And she's more in like putting down roots mode. He's still more of that building the brand, building the business mode, like where I've got to go where this is, versus like, okay, this is my home base with my wife and family and her business. Now it's just I have to make it work with my travel. That's the vibe I'm getting from him.
I just feel like we're missing a lot of their story. It doesn't make sense to me. Any thoughts, Priya?
Well, I think in the last episode when Meredith and Brooks were at the fashion show and he was like, I don't know why Dad isn't here. She could have just told him, well, me and your dad are taking some space. I've asked him not to come around. But she didn't take her own responsibility, and then she asks Seth to apologize. They both kind of need to apologize to Brooks.
Yes. Yeah. And that's why I say they need to apologize to each other. Say, like, we still don't even know why they were separating. Like, I guess they grew apart, sort of. I don't know.
Right, but did you guys catch when they said, like, when we separated before? So this is not the first time they separated.
Yes, I caught that, and I was like, how many times have y'all separated? What's going on here? But I can also understand it because it seems like they've either always had to pick up and schlep after him, move after move after move, or when they finally got to Salt Lake City and she said, I wanted to, stay here, he was just gone for long periods of time. I wonder if there had to be some other like separations throughout that. That's a rough life. That's like a military life, where you're always getting transferred from here, there, everywhere. A lot of those marriages don't survive. So I can see why they've had more than one separation.
Oh,
but
she's
too good at covering up she's too good at cover up. I just don't feel that it's genuine coming from her.
And when
It's
they
not
moved to
genuine because
Salt Lake
she's not saying
City,
anything.
Go ahead, Priya.
sorry, Jamal. When they moved to Salt Lake City, wasn't it at the start of the season? So it's quite new them being in Salt Lake, is it not?
No, I think her shop has been established there for a little while.
That was 2 or 3 years is what I thought.
And didn't they move there because he had a business opportunity there? Like he was taking over a company there? Yeah, so they moved there for his business opportunity. And then she started her business and said, I like it here. I wanna stop moving. This is where I'm stopping. Interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
so
because she
Ablavi's
wanted.
back. And I'm going to try to bring her up. Go ahead, Jamal. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying like, she established her business because she felt they were going to be there for a little bit, and now he's like, "Well, let's go to Ohio." She's like, "What? No, my business is doing cool here. I'm good."
Hey, Ablavi.
Hello?
Yeah.
So
Oops.
this was another boring episode, and everybody's man is cheating on them. That's what I got. Everybody's a cheater. Lisa's husband, Jen's husband.
Yep. Yeah.
Everybody's a cheater. And they cheat on their wives freely. All I say is let your man cheat in peace.
Yeah.
I am so sick of this storyline.
Lisa's husband was crying out. He was there like, "You need to spend more time with me." He was telling her, and she was just like, "What? We're good."
But I don't think Justin cheating on Whitney.
Listen, Lisa.
I think he's good.
Yes, he was. That was the round table of who's cheating this week.
No, well, you said Whitney's husband and her. I think that they're very creative in their relationship and that they've dibble dabbled, but it was mutually consensual. So,
well, I did say she was the Ashley Darby of season 1. So, hey, it fits the script. Just saying. Just saying. I mean, like, here's the thing, and you may have a point. Here's why. Because remember when Lisa said like they were swingers, and she got so offended, like it hurt her core. I'm like, ma'am, you seem kind of upset for just like a rumor that's allegedly not true. You protesting a little bit too much, man. What exactly?
Sometimes the truth hurts. But I do agree with you, Ablavi. It was a dull, boring. You too, Priya. It was a boring episode. I really did try.
It
oh
was.
My God.
It really was. It was like I'm like, really? I'm just at the point of I might have to reach out to Bravo and tag a blog. Be like, look, people, let me help you set up a scene. I got you. I'll get you some cool ladies. Fix that wardrobe. Fix some of the other stuff that's going on. That's challenged, and I'll get you together. Because what they give me right now, and the way it was hyped up, I'm like, come on now.
But I can't believe that they've been filming this. They've been filming this for like a year, and you couldn't find any content. Really?
Right. Yeah. I mean, and it's what? And it's Bravo. I told y'all after the last 2 or 3 years, 7 wives, 2 friends. That's the formula. Stick to that. That's what works. Do not give me 6 wives, and 2 of them are the same. 2 of them are like good, and 2 of them is cuckoo, and not the right kind of cuckoo either. I need cool cuckoo, like Jen's or the top cuckoo marriages cuckoo. So fix that for me. Fix it.
Where's that gal from the first? What was it? Meredith's birthday party that came in singing "Happy Birthday" to Jen.
Sarah.
Yeah, I want to see Sarah. I want to see Sarah up in the hot tub. She would have made last night's episode bearable.
And here's the thing: have you guys known there's no friends of the show?
Yeah.
How does that work? We need friends
Mary
of the
could
show.
be a friend of the show because she's hardly ever on these episodes.
But I saw something on Instagram where it was filmed as Mary being a friend of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then after post-production, they edited Mary in full time. That's why she's not in a lot of the scenes.
Oh, she got promoted after the fact?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I heard that rumor as well. Because like when they found out about her marrying her step grandfather, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna give her a snowflake. That's gonna be great."
Yeah, they gave her the snowflake for the ratings to get people in.
I don't think it worked though. We all hate her.
It didn't. I mean, I don't hate her. She just is very eccentric for me. I can't really put her in a place or a box. Like, how did your eccentricity fit in with this group? And it seems like she's better friends with Whitney than everybody else. And I think because Whitney's more open to her than everybody else, you know, because like even though they'll defend her against Jen, they really don't engage her that much off camera. So you know, all her scenes are with her husband in her kitchen, with her son, or with Whitney. And she did have a scene with Heather. Other than that, it's always a group. So you can just tell Lisa and Meredith don't mess with her, and Jen's mad at her. So that's 3 people out of the cast who don't do you. So that's not a good look for Mary.
I don't think that they were. This group doesn't seem like they're friends. They just seem like work associates.
Except from Heather and Whitney.
Well, yeah, Heather and Whitney. Yeah, those are the only 2 that I feel that are like genuine. But everybody else, it just seems forced. It seems fake. And a lot of times especially with Lisa and Meredith, I'm looking at them like, what did I miss? Because it doesn't make any sense.
So what it is that you have Whitney. What happened? I think the way this show is constructed, it's constructed in pieces that really aren't fitting quite right. Because you have Whitney and Heather, then you have Lisa and Meredith, and then you have Jen kind of solo and Mary kind of solo. So it doesn't quite work. The pieces don't fit because they're pieces that just aren't jiving. Like Jen is trying to be friends with Meredith. Like there's too much trying to build friendship versus the 6 ladies all being friends and coming together to do the show.
And this was a good point.
That's not that years of history.
Oh no, I just wanted to highlight Black Lavender. I was thrilled that Heather was building another or a bigger location or something like that for her med
That was
spas.
cool.
Yeah, like that's what I want to see. Like these women, you know, hustling and getting their business on. Like she's the only one that's really showcasing her business. I still can't figure out what it is that Jen does business-wise other than hula hoop. And she's got what's his name, Stuart, feeding her while she's having a FaceTime call. She's just ridiculous. It's not even over the top anymore. It's just ridiculous. Ugh.
I think it's just paid companion.
A babysitter, yeah.
That's a good point, Priya. That's a good point. A paid companion.
Because she's mentioned she's lonely quite clearly in all the episodes, and I kind of feel a little bit sorry for her.
Well, you know, at the beginning, I felt sorry for her too, but now I don't. I can understand why he leaves her alone. Go ahead, Jamal. Sorry.
So Willow, how do productions decide who they don't want anymore? Willow, from my understanding, it's a combination of audience feedback and storyline. And in Candy's case, she promotes Bravo, and she's easy to work with, so she's gonna last forever.
Who? Candy from Atlanta?
You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, like if we're being really honest, Candy's storylines are opening businesses and Mama Joyce, and it's been that way for the last 10 or 11 seasons. So, but Candy's very easy to work with. She works with production very well. They love her, and she promotes Bravo. So she ain't going nowhere until she feels like it. You know what I mean? And so Candy's cool.
Do you think Bravo is getting a piece of her new businesses that she's put
Yeah.
up? Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's in her contracts. The only person who got away with not having that is Bethany. Is because she did it first.
Let me
And
ask
once
another
she blew
question.
up, okay.
Mm-hmm. What if these businesses are in Todd's name? Do they still get a piece?
Yeah, because any business that started on the show. That's the caveat.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh.
Even though it's not a contract, it's the businesses are pretty much. I think all the businesses started on the show are in the Housewives name because they're the ones who are paid to be on the show. So they wouldn't allow the husbands to open businesses on the show and promote them because they're not paid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bethany. Yeah,
Interesting.
Bethany. Once they saw Bethany blow up, they missed on a cool chunk of change. Like, nah, we're not letting this happen no more. So yeah,
Interesting. Thanks
these.
so much, Leslie. We really appreciate that.
Thanks, Leslie. But these
Um,
housewives, I expected. Can we be honest?
mhm,
Were were we expecting more? I was expecting more, and not from the whole marriage
mhm,
situation. That was just out the door. I was expecting,
mhm.
like in Salt Lake City, they're gonna be wearing white or a nice pale blue for their intros. They're gonna have good taglines. We're gonna get like really new insight to the Mormon Church, the Mormon faith, and how they fit in. And I expected so much more of this, and I'm like, I could just wrote y'all a script. Y'all could have came to me,
Thank
and I'm
you,
not even a writer.
Alexis.
Yeah, it's a good point. They did kind of promote the religious angle a lot in the promos,
Mm-hmm.
with Jen converting to Islam, which we're yet to still hear about.
Yeah, because all she knows is
But
Assalamu alaikum, bitches.
but she did.
That's
But she
the
converted
most
before
I've
the show
heard.
started, though.
She was
That's the thing.
she's fully
She
converted,
converted
or she's
before
in
the
the
show started.
process?
Yes,
Oh,
she
fully.
converted 5 years after they got married, as if I recall correctly.
Okay.
That's why you haven't seen it. But the way they framed it in the promos is like she was going to be converting while on the show. That's the problem. And when I thought we get this huge, like, we're gonna get to see the insides of the Mormon Church and see kind of like the alleged scams. I wanted to see Mary's church businesses, which are allegedly scams too. I'm all about the scams and the alleged scams and the fraudulent accounting. But I haven't seen that yet. I'm annoyed because I want to see where Mary's money is. If you roll around here in Chanel, everything, Versace, Gucci, and all them little people, where's the money coming from? I need to see the books. I want to see that
I want to
because
see the parishioners who are giving her all this money. My God.
fair, fair,
Because the
very
one that she
fair.
said that can, like, do you not know how to write or something like that, or read? He looked like a normal Joe Blow, like me. He didn't look. But then again, she's the one who's there telling her same parishioners that the gift that they gave her was cheap, or like they're poor or something like that. They could have done better. I just find her to be for a religious leader. I could not find myself going to that person as she's presented herself on this show and to seek counsel. I just couldn't. First of all, you're not preaching to me about how I'm going to pay my next month's rent, and you're sitting there in designer duds. No, ma'am. Nope. And then you're
You're like,
just
no, no.
no, and then you're just so you have no empathy for anyone. Your mouth shoots off, and you're vile. Ew. Who would go and support that? It makes no
I
sense.
agree. But she's the type of person who would be a very good deliverer of a sermon, because whether we like it or not, she does have a personality that intrigues you, and I bet when she starts talking, she kind of pulls you in.
I'm
But
sorry.
again, I want to know how many
No.
businesses that church owns. I
I
want to know
think the
what kind of hands they
businesses.
got going on.
I think the businesses are bringing in the money, and I bet you anything she's like doing loans to parishioners and charging like being like a loan shark, because I don't see the coins coming in that donation plate every Sunday or whatever day they meet. I just don't. Not based on the sermon that she gave when Whitney took her daddy there to be prayed on. That was interesting, and I'll leave it at that.
I was just like, oh, okay, I guess if that's what we want to do, I'm all for whatever who we believe in faith. I'm good with it. I was like, he needs something. Whitney feels he needs something else outside of the little rehab people. So cool. And the fact that it was Mary's church, I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool too.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't have took him there. I would have found something else. But they had to take him there for the cameras. So I understand production. I understand. We gotta show
This
Mary doing something in the church.
this is a great point that Miss Pretty Lee Random wrote up. I think we like Mary the character, but not the person. I 100% agree with this. She makes for great, reality TV, but as a spiritual leader, I kind of question that.
Okay, so I have a question for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
So Giselle is first lady of Jamal's church, right? And then Mary's first
No,
lady. Who would you
no,
give money
That's just
to?
Giselle just holding on to that first lady because she ain't got nothing else. I'm sorry.
exactly.
Well, no, I'm not. But it is what it is. You're not a first lady unless you're actually married to the pastor.
Mm-hmm.
She's holding on to that first lady, so I think she's just holding on to it because it holds some weights in the Baltimore area due to Jamal's past there and his fame when he was so well known, and he was like the it pastor back then. So for some reason she keeps holding on to first lady. I'm like, well, you're not first lady because you divorced him, and then y'all been divorced 12 years, and she's still using his last name. So
Mm-hmm.
she's holding on to any of the past relevance she can, basically, if that makes sense.
Well, I kind of agree with her using his last name just for the sake of the kids. It makes it easier if you have the same last name as your children.
But
That's
I
what
think if
I
when you do,
I hear.
yeah, I get it. But
Mhm,
when you divorce, I would think you would at least add your maiden name back to your name.
mhm.
In my opinion, I mean, especially since you don't like the man. I mean, I'm just saying, you don't like the man. So father of kids or not, you don't like the man. So at least put your maiden name, like put yourself before the man you divorced. I guess is the way I'm looking at it.
That's
Now
right,
Mary's
Black
the first.
Lily. Keep your husband's
Mary's
last
first
name.
lady. Mary's the first lady because she's married to the pastor. Now
Mhm.
Heather with it, I understand Heather keeping that last name. I'm sorry, this is sound real bad, but that's a $1 billion family. Yeah, you keep that name. You keep it as
Mhm.
long as you can. So if someone you can keep Morgan for like 1,500 years, she can keep Gay.
Mhm.
Hello.
No, but
Just
in
saying.
their community, it's a good name, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Mhm. In
Huge.
their area,
Eh,
yeah. Yeah, it would benefit her. Hey, Ablavi.
Hello. Sorry, I had to go to the liquor store and grocery store. People were acting up, so I had to click off for a minute.
Okay.
Um,
okay.
yeah, they was acting up. Like, honey, we was about to, throw down in the grocery store. I was about to be Monique Part 2.
Why?
Wow.
So I get online to leave, and then she cuts me. She's like, "Can he come through?" No, go behind me. She was like, and I threw their little their basket on the floor, and they went to the other line. I got things to do today.
Come on, it's the last day of the year. Please, please do not
Oh
get.
well, get them ready for 2021.
Oh my
Because what
God.
she did was like she saw me going, so she cut right in front of me.
Oh, okay.
And you know I don't got time to be in the line for 20 to 30 minutes. Nope. You
Oh,
got to be a savage sometimes. Anyways, God, woo, honey, I gotta let my blood pressure go down a bit. Anyways, this season is so boring, and they were talking again. We were talking about cheating on our wives. That's what that little huddle was about. When people say we have things going through our marriage, they mean I cheated on my wife.
wait, who said that?
Sharif said it. So did Jen's husband, and so did them. They were like, you go through things in your life, and I haven't been the best husband.
You know, I kind of thought something was weird when um I think it was Seth asking him about plural marriages, and he said
Yeah,
it's still allowable, and Jen was like, no, it's not, and he goes, yes, it is. And I was like, oh, that's
because
odd.
listen, Sharif is wearing Jen out. She's letting the girl have it because she said something right. If your man's not getting it from you, he's getting it from somebody. And if her
Mm-hmm.
man is out of the year 200 days out of 365, Jen, well, he doing those 200 days, sis.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the type of person that even if he isn't doing it, in her mind, she's conjuring up, stories that he is. Like she needs a different medication.
But
Oh
yeah,
my
that's all I
God.
wanted to say. And I don't care about the others. Mary is ridiculous trying to cry. I'm not even going to waste time with a review. I'll be on Sharon's later so we can discuss relationships. This season is a throwout. That's the only thing I wanted to say.
Yes,
Oh, I'm
ma'am.
Bobby. I'm not too far
No, no,
behind
no. I
you.
don't even want to talk about it. I will see y'all in the new year so we can review the mess. But I gotta end the new year right, and I can't be cussing and carrying on and being a Monique Clark too. So I gotta woosah and take some yoga and chill out.
All
Yes, my
right.
friend. Please, woosah, and happy New Year.
All right, bye.
Happy New Year.
Bye. Let's say a little
She
prayer
out there
that
being
that that Ablavi gets back home safely without getting into any altercations.
exactly.
She can
Oh my
handle her
God.
own.
That's true. That's very, very, very true. Okay, have we dissected this non-existent episode enough? I think we've
We've
beat
done
this
all we
dead
can.
horse. Yeah, there wasn't much to work with in this episode. I
I do
thought
have
it
a
was
question
just
for
me.
Priya.
Mm-hmm.
Priya, Are you watching Cheshire this season?
I'm watching season 12.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, that's where I started. Okay, I was telling Debbie like we need to cover this because it's good. I've gotten to the second episode, so I just want to make sure people are watching it because we kind of want to review it since it's actually live. So I'm like, okay, you're watching it, perfect. So I'm loving
Well,
Hannah. I'm
what
loving Hannah right now.
you keep adding shows to this roster, and I'm going to
But we've
die.
but, but we've dropped shows though. Because Whitney and the little Whitney person, she about to leave, ain't she? And the little pop people, they're about to end, aren't they?
You make me watch those two shows, and honestly, it's a struggle for me. It was just as hard to watch this show as it is to watch My Big Fat Fabulous Life and Welcome to Plathville. Honestly, like Cheshire better
Well,
be good.
I suggest. Here's my suggestion. I suggest we can just put in the little Cheshire people and forget about Whitney and Plathville because Whitney just makes me mad every episode now. I don't even root for her.
Okay. If we can drop those two, I'll do Cheshire.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Considering I'm
I
behind
can't
on
see Whitney.
Johannesburg, I'm behind on Vancouver.
Debbie, you have to watch it all the
Whitney
time.
just makes me mad
Like in
every
the background.
episode. So.
Oh my God. I wish I could. Like, I don't know. My day just goes to hell from the time I get up until I lay back down again. But I'll watch Cheshire. Season 12, I'll watch it someday.
Tony in the chat, she's watched it. And
yeah,
other people.
Tony, Pearl, you all you ladies have recommended Cheshire. I just haven't gotten there yet because Jamal keeps on making me watch stuff. Okay.
We're gonna drop Whitney because we don't. Let's be honest, we don't care about Whitney now. She just worked our nerves. Like, you fell in for a fake proposal, now you're mad. We don't care, and I don't have friends either. So I'm really not watching.
Okay, deal. I wish you had told me that.
Okay, cool.
On Tuesday.
Well, I was just trying to keep to the schedule, but since it's a struggle for you, we can cut our viewing time by one show. I'm with it.
Two shows.
No, but you're adding one show.
Hey, but we're adding one show though. That's why I said half. See.
Okay. All right. Only because it's a new year, and I said I was going to be nice, but I also said, how long is that going to last?
So,
okay.
That being
Tony
said,
says it's
are
good.
we ready for final thoughts?
Yes. Final thoughts, Priya. Do you see Salt Lake City getting better?
Not this season.
So you've written off this season?
Yeah, I wrote off this season 3 episodes ago.
Really?
Yeah. Like, Jen's trying too hard. Meredith just has the same expression and the same tone of voice, which is kind of getting to me now.
And the greasy hair.
I don't mind.
No, I do. Until Ablavi mentioned it, I never focused on it. Now I focus on it all the time. I'm like, girl, wash that hair. Don't use that product. It's not working.
Mary is too much. Lisa Barlow, I think she thinks she's all it. Like, especially during the film festival. She was like,
yeah, she was queen. She was queen.
You know what I feel about her? Like, whenever she talks, it makes no sense to me. Somebody will ask her, is the sky is blue? And then she'll start rattling on about why she's LDS and she's only, LDS out of convenience and it's fine. And me and my husband have a great relationship as long as he goes out at 6 a.m. and gets me a large Diet Coke and get. Like, it makes no sense. Until she could figure out what she has going on and we could figure out where she really lives, I'm not interested.
I think Heather is the best person on the show. Heather and Whitney.
Yes. Because we see their real houses, we see their business, and we see a relatable real life experience with Whitney and her dad.
But I'm overseeing that as well.
You know what?
I hope he gets better and everything about it, but I just don't want to see any more of it.
I'm waiting to see the change in hair or wig or whatever he has nesting on the top of his head. I'm just waiting to see that evolution. I have hope for him. But yeah, who else is on the show? Oh, and I'm hoping for Sarah to come back. And that's about it.
But I think they need to rearrange the show for next season. I think they need to maybe change the cast a little bit.
Didn't they have a different cast originally?
I don't know.
I thought Whitney and Mary were supposed to be friends, and then something happened.
So annoying.
Yeah,
I'm just very disappointed. They had so much time to develop and film this show, and this is what we get. Disappointed. Bravo has to do better.
I'm so disappointed that, like you said, they had all this time, but they didn't do better. And you got ladies together who don't really fit, but you could see how it could work, but not all of them are being honest. And the ones who are being honest, like they're the most interesting, and then you got one who's just doing the most, just to be doing the most and be seen. It's like, we see you. We can't miss you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see your kids. I want to see you work. Where is your job? Where is your office? I want to see you actually walking into the office and it's saying Jen Shaw Inc. or Jen Shaw LLC. I need to see your name on the door somewhere. I just do. I want to see you on a Zoom call. Maybe you talking to L'Oreal or Sephora. Talk to somebody. I just need you talking to somebody. Even if it's fake, talk to somebody. Pretend you're talking to somebody. Let me see a redacted email. Do something.
This is a good question. Miss Pretty Lee Random, where will the cast trip be?
Probably Las Vegas.
Really?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
But when does COVID fit into it? So it was filmed this year or last year?
I think
they were filming all last year. Yeah, this has been
pre-COVID.
This has been on the burner for so long, and this is
pre-COVID. What we get.
Mm-hmm. So can you imagine during COVID? Jesus, where will Jen live? Will she be able to get her rental chalet? Anyway, I'm done with the show. Done with the show.
We'll watch it. We'll just watch it. I'll keep watching just to finish up the first season because I always give every Housewives one if not 2 seasons to show me something. So, do I have hope for the rest of the season? No. I'll be honest. 0. I have none. I'm going with 0 expectations.
And I bet you anything, Jen's freak out is going to be disappointing too. Because all she did was throw a glass.
That's it.
What was the big whoop about that?
Right.
I think it's the same argument from 3 episodes ago. So have we not ended it by now?
This is the same argument from the first episode because Jen is still holding on about hospital smell.
Still.
She is. That's why she's blackballing Mary. And then she picked up another argument with Meredith because Meredith didn't want to have the sleepover with her. And so now she's outing all of Meredith's business. Jen is messy, but not a good, entertaining messy.
And but then I don't think they filmed the reunion yet, right?
I don't think so. I don't think so. They got all of the ladies together on Watch What Happens Live. And if that's any indication of what we have in store for a possible reunion, I think they need to find somebody besides Andy Cohen to be the host.
Yes, I'm free.
Yes, I'm gonna pick your name.
I just actually watched it. I actually watched the shows. I know what's going on, and I'll ask the right questions, not the fan questions. Because the fan questions, I'm gonna ask Jamal's questions. Look, is your house rented?
Do you really think that those are fan questions? I don't.
No, I don't. Those production questions. Let's quit playing.
Mm-hmm.
Jen, like, what is your real job? Name your companies. Whitney, are you really swingers? And if so, at which clubs do you go to?
Okay, so this is another good question. Who's supposed to be the villain, Jen or Mary?
Oh, Mary. Jen was set up to be the fan favorite due to her personality, but she's flopping.
Right, but with the way how she's behaving, my feelings towards her are changing. So she might be evolving into the villain.
Right. I think she was supposed to be the messy protagonist, Mary the antagonist. Heather is supposed to be Switzerland, Whitney's supposed to be the young, messy one. Lisa's just Kyle. And did I miss anybody? Oh, and Meredith is the friend of Kyle. I mean, of Lisa. There we go. That's the way the show looks to me. Well, the way
Who's
it was
your
set up.
boyfriend, Meredith? Who's Meredith's boyfriend?
I think we'll find out next episode, right?
Oh, Gina's being messy. Gina's being messy. Right, Gina?
I
what's the
can't
name
with
of
you,
your side
Gina.
piece?
Where's the good fashion? I'm yet to see someone dress nicely.
Oh, those lavender bell bottoms that Meredith showed up in. Horrible. It makes me wonder what's in her shop. And then Brooks was like, you need to order more of my suits. Shut up. The stick-on labels haven't come in yet. Ugh. So annoying.
No one needs to order more of your suits, Brooks. You need to fix that. You need to get the good iron-on decals.
Erica brings fashion in Beverly Hills. Where's the fashion?
Erica's fashion for the last 2 seasons on Beverly Hills has been a bit flat. Dorit has taken over. Erica needs to sort out some sort of agreement.
Because allegedly Dorit knows who the good consignment places are. That's why. Allegedly.
Jamal's being shady.
I said allegedly. That's what the people are saying. Like the people say like Dorit owns the clothes. They're on consignment. I mean, but she looks good in them though. She knows the good consignments.
We're yet to see any of the cast look good in Salt Lake City. Like they're trying to make Mary out to be the fashionista, but so far it's dreadful.
But Priya, look at the intro. Like, did you see what they were wearing in the intro? I lost all hope when I seen the intro with the tagline and their intro cards. Like, yep, it's over. Because let's call a thing a thing before we jump off the line. Let's call a thing a thing. Who thought it was a good idea to put Heather in a sequined silver jumpsuit? Who thought that was okay?
Yeah, she's a bit too boxy for that.
Does not fit her body type well. She needs something with a nice cinched waist, a nice little belt. I mean, people work with her body. That's what you don't put women out there looking like that.
I don't think she could do a cinched belt unless she had an A-line on the bottom. Here's why. She's real boxy from shoulders to hip.
Right.
She's very up and down.
Yes.
What they should be doing, you know those color block dresses that go like a Coke bottle thing? Optical illusion would help her a lot.
Yeah. But put her in a silver jumpsuit? No. And then my thing is, if you're gonna give Jen the feathers in her intro, like you gotta give her both. You gotta give her both sides of the feathers. Don't just do one side. Do both. Give her wings. Go for it. Have a fashion moment. Just saying.
Even Whitney's not bringing the fashion. She was wearing a polo neck shirt and jeans throughout the whole episode.
That's because she's
Whitney, though, so I'm not too sure.
But she's kind of like normal. But then when she has to dress up, she kind of looks pretty good. Yeah, like she can do it. At least I know she has potential and she has some sort of fashion sense. Whereas I question Mary. Oh my God, what are you on when you're ordering this stuff? She needs a stylist. Heather needs like a really, really, really good stylist because she's got shape challenges. She's got the money to pay for it. She needs to do some research. Who else? Meredith is boring. Lisa is boring.
Jen.
Every time I see Jen, I kid you not. She just reminds me of Waylon and Madam, the guy from the 70s that had the puppet, the ventriloquist. I'm going to find a picture of that one of these days, and I'm going to put it in the comment section. But Jen just reminds me of a wooden ventriloquist dummy that it is, their features are very disproportionate on purpose. And I don't think she dresses very well. And if she is Muslim, always having her breasticles out, I don't think she dresses appropriately. Just saying. Just saying. All right, I'm done going over this episode. I think we beat this to death. Priya, my love, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful New Year.
I will do. Same to you guys.
We hope to see you at the new channel very soon. Well, hopefully starting tomorrow. Is the new
channel live or is it pre-recorded?
It's going to be live, just like this, but I think tomorrow we'll do a pre-record because nobody knows where we are. But we'll try to do pre-records here, telling everyone where we are until we officially shut down this channel. What was that, Jamal?
I think
yeah. He's ignoring me. So we're trying to work that out, but yeah, we'll be doing the first something tomorrow on the new channel, the commentary zone.
Perfect.
Or commentary zone, sorry.
The TCZ, the commentary zone, yes.
Oh my God, we've created a monster.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, Priya. See you next time.
Happy New Year.
Stop making me watch more shows.
Hey.
All right, I promise you.
We actually took away a show, technically.
Yeah, I promise you I'll watch all 3 of those international episodes this weekend. I promise you, I will.
Oh, me too. I have to watch them too. You're not the only one.
Yeah, but you're ahead of me.
We're good.
You're ahead of me. You're cheating.
How about you?
You're giving me a whole bunch of other work to do while you sit down and you're watching the shows and then telling me that I'm falling behind. That's what you're doing.
What other work? This is a labor of love. What are you talking about?
If you say so.
That's what I'm going with, okay? Work with me.
Okay, I will. I always work with you.
Right.
I always work with you.
Yep, you do. Thank you so much.
All right, my friend.
All right.
Okay, so one last time. This is the last show on Reality TV Chit Chat Live. We will be doing new shows moving forward on the commentary zone. Please, if you want to stick with us in our little community here, follow us over there, and we shall see you soon. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.